This is it, sir.
Okay, explain what you did
Thank,
and let's see it. The assignment is, I said,
okay.
let me read the assignment before you proceed. Yeah, I'm coming. I said, create a page called blog.html. Then put this word, latest blog post, inside H4. Then
Yeah, this is it.
put a 5 list tag inside the UL tag, and each tag should have a blog title, a link to that title, and also image. So let's see what you did. Explain it for us.
Look at it.
Start it from the doc type HTML and explain everything for us.
Okay, this is it. Um, the heading noise, noise. I can't. Okay, this is it. Blog.html as the title, and I used H4 and a put tag to indicate this latest blog post. This is it. And this UL here is a container tag.
Sorry,
I used
sorry.
it and
The last time I remember, I didn't think there is a place I said you should use a quote tag in that assignment. I don't know where you are getting this quote tag from. This Q. I said put this latest blog
I
post
just
inside. Well, okay, maybe you just use it as a style. That's not a problem. But why are you using capital letter mixed with uppercase mixed with small letter in your tag? Why? Starting from that HTML tag at the top, capital letter H, capital letter T, small letter M. Why? Please change that. It should be
where
small
I can
letter.
see where
The line number two. The line number two. Can you see line number two?
okay, head
Line number two. That's.
line number two. HTML. Okay,
Can you see it? Capital letter H,
okay,
capital letter
sorry,
T,
I can
and
see now.
also the head tag, and also the title tag, also the body tag, the H4, the UL. In fact, most of what you did, the head also, both the opening tag of the head and the closing tag of the head. Go back, go back to the top. That head tag, yeah. Both the opening tag. HTML is not a case sensitive language, so you have to use the actual convention. Anyhow, yeah, please be fast. Let's dive into today's class, please. Don't have much time. And also the H4 after the body,
Okay,
the letter O inside that body is still in capital letter. Change it to small letter, please.
letter
The letter
O.
O inside that body tag is still in capital letter.
Okay, okay,
Also the title tag,
it's done now.
the title tag inside that head tag also. The title tag, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So don't make that mistake again. You are not done.
Okay, sir. What I did here
You
is
are
just
not done. That I inside that title is still capital letter. Can't you recognize capital
where
letter in that title? That title tag, the I is
the
still in cap.
title, the okay, okay,
Also the opening tag also of that title.
okay.
Also the Q tag in that your latest blog post, the Q tag, let it be small letter Q. After that, the UL tag should be in small letter Q also. The UL class.
Okay. The list tag.
the list tag also. This is what we are going to do. I highlight, wait, don't just highlight
Okay.
that list, that li, highlight it. Yeah, I highlight it from the L to the I want to teach you a shortcut. Highlight it to that I now.
Okay.
Then have you highlight it? Have you highlight it? I think his network is bad. Anyway, I think the guy network is very, very bad. Please, if you can hear me perfectly, please signify. Let me know. If you can hear me very, very well, raise up your hand, please. Okay, good, good. Yeah, let me remove this guy. Remove his presentation. Okay. Uh, yeah. Let me present my screen now. I can get started. If you've done your assignment, if you are here and you've done your assignment also, please signify by sharing your screen. Louise, you raise up your hand, please. Is there any question?
No question, sir.
I can't hear you. What do you say?
No question, sir. No
Oh,
question.
okay, okay,
No question at the moment.
okay, okay. I believe you can all see my screen perfectly, right? Okay, good. Yeah. So today's topic is HTML image. HTML image. This topic is HTML image. And what is HTML image? We've done it in our previous class. I think yesterday class. We've done this. Yes, we've done it. So it's just a way to insert image into our web page, into our website. That is just it. You understand? And under this topic, we have some powerful things we need to discuss. Firstly, let us see how we can insert image into our web page. It's very simple. I believe most of you will be able to do that because we've done it countless times. Let me open a new window. I want to close this my ongoing project. Yeah. Okay. Let me open this folder. Yeah. HTML class 2023. So we want to see how we can insert image. We create a new file. I will call it image.html. And let me put my HTML skeleton in there. HTML image. Yeah. So how can we insert image into our HTML? So how we can insert image into our HTML is very, very simple. Uh, let's we just use the image tag, our lesser than sign, followed by the keyword img, then our closing tag, because this tag is an empty tag. because it doesn't have closing tag like this. We don't close it like this, like this. You understand? It is wrong. So it is a self-closing tag, which is empty tag. This is not a container tag, it is an empty tag. Image tag is an empty tag. So this is our image. We need to add an attribute. What's the name of the attribute? It is called SRC. It means source, which is the source of this image that we want to add. Let us use this our favicon.png. Said favicon.png. If we save it now and copy our path, then go to our browser and paste it here, we can, we can be able to see the image that we insert. Let's take for example the image is not in our folder, it's not in our system. We want to use it. Let's say we want to use this image. I'll just copy the link, then go back to my code editor and paste it. You can see it. This image lives on timeseries.finance website. This is the link to that image on the website. Let me open a tab. You can see this is the image on their tab. So now I want to include that image inside my website. So inside the source, you will just put the path, which is an absolute path, because this path is not the image is not on your desktop. I mean, it's not on your laptop. It lives somewhere else on another person's server. So you need to click it to copy the link and paste it here, just like I did here. Then I've saved it. You can go back to your website and refresh. You can see this is the image. You understand? So that is just how to insert image into our web page. Now, moving forward, we need to talk about how to make image accessible. How to make image accessible. Making image accessible is just a way for people who can't see, let's say a blind people. Making image accessible means the features for people with disability like blind people, people with reading disorder, for them to be able to still browse your website. And what do I mean by that? Let's say this website, blind people will also visit this website, and blind people won't be able to see this particular image. So there is a features in all browser called there's a particular program that you can install inside your browser. It is called screen reader. I believe most of you should know what is screen reader. A screen reader is just a program that allow blind people, people with reading disorder, you understand, people with blur vision. There are some people who can't see clearly, for them to still be able to interact with your website. And how can we let me practicalize this so that you can understand it perfectly. The takeaway that I just want you to understand in making image accessible is the program we know as screen reader. Screen reader. Let me write it here. Screen reader. Screen reader is a program that allow blind people or people with reading disorder to read content on your website. Please join the class. Okay. So now let me practicalize it. I go to my code editor. Now let's say for example, we want blind people to still be able to understand. They won't be able to see this image. They won't see this image, but we still want them to understand that there's a particular image in a section on this website, and this is how the image goes. What is it? the description of that particular image. So we are going to use a tag called alt. It means alternative. This tag, this attribute, it do two things in a particular image. I can have another image and still put another attribute. You understand? So I will just say this image now is what's the what's the definition of this image? This image has uh a shadow glass. I mean an hourglass. This is an hourglass icon with a blue background. So it means this alt means alternative. That means it display the it is a reverse case in case for people who can't see this particular image. You understand? So I can just said um hourglass image with blue background. Now let me save it. Then let's go back to our browser. I want you to listen attentively to this part because it's very, very important. So I go to my website and I refresh it. We can't see anything, right? We can't see anything. What if a case, this website now, we are loading this website from, we are loading this image from a website. What what if this particular website have deleted this image from the server? We won't be able to access it again. You understand? So what will happen? Let's just replicate this issue. Let's say, for example, let's say we added one to this website so that the URL will be wrong. So, and let's refresh it. What do you see? You see that alternative text. So this alternative, because the image is not available, it is showing this alternative text, hourglass image with blue background. It's just the description of that image. It's showing this instead of the image since the image is not available again. That's one of the use case of alternative alternative attributes. How you can make your image accessible. That is one benefit of that alternative attribute. The second benefit is for those who can't read. Example, blind people and people with reading disorder. Now, let's okay, I made mistake here. So let's bring this image back. So let me replicate. Let's say, for example, hi, I can't see this. Let's say I have a blur vision. I can't be able to see things very, very well, especially blue color. I can't see this image. So, but I still want to understand I know that this is image, but I can't be able to see it very well. So I still want to understand it that okay, this is the description of that image. We've already put the description here, but I can't see the description. So I need to use the program called screen reader. Let me just understand one. Let me just install one Firefox extension and search this. So let me install a screen reader. Maybe I will see a good screen reader here. Screen reader. Okay. So now I've installed this screen reader. It is called what's the name of it? I've forgot it. Okay, it is called Paris. I cannot understand it very well. Paris. So okay, yeah. Pericles, yeah. It is a text to speech screen reader. That is this extension convert text to speech. That is exactly what I need because I can't see very well, but I still want to browse this website. So I'll just go to the website. here is the website, and I will make use of this. So I'll click on play. Oh, something is wrong. I can't use this image. I mean, I can't use this. Oh God. This plug, I mean, this this extension is not working. Let me try another extension. Maybe I will see a very good extension. What I just want to do is, since I've already added a description, an alternative description to this image, so whenever I use a screen reader will just read this thing for me. That's hourglass image with blue background. And I will know that, okay, this place that's I can't be able to see this image. This is actually the definition of that. I mean, this is the image, as in the description of that image. But let me try. Maybe I will see a text to speech. Okay, this is a one. This is okay. This joining the class. Okay, so let me try this. Maybe it will work one more time. Oh, there is not much text here. Let me just put the text. Okay. I can't be able to see a very good screen reader, but there are some plug I mean there are some browser, there's some mobile browser that has this.
Lorem. Ipsum dolor sitamet consectetur adipisis ingelit. Molestias laudantium at
You can see it, but this particular plugin cannot read image, so it's very very sad. It can't read image. I don't know why. Or maybe in our next class I will have gotten a very
Lorem.
good screen
Ipsum dolor
reader.
sitamet consectetur adipisis ingelit.
Oh man,
Molestias laudantium at pariatur itaque non
that. So that is just how to make your image accessible. Image accessible to people who can see and people who cannot see. It's just an example of making image accessible. You understand? I believe you get that point. So let's move to the next. Okay, we've already talked, which is the alternative text, the auth, and also description. You can put a very long description inside that alternative text. The description that will describe that particular image, just as how we did here. You understand? So now let's talk about this height and width attributes. We've been using these attributes a long time, since the beginning of this class. It's just a way to reduce the height and the width of our image. You understand? By default, when you specify specify image, it's used if you don't provide the alternative, I mean the width and the height alternative, it will use exact size of that image. For example, now we didn't provide any width and any height for this particular image that we are loading from this website. So if I refresh it, this is actual size of that image. You understand? So what if I want to make it big? So I can just say the width. Remember this attribute, the width is pixel, is in pixel like this. So like I just said, I want the width to be 500. If you want to put the pixel, you can put it, but if you don't want to put it, the system will automatically hide it for you. So and I can say the height also, I want it to be 500 pixel. So I save it and I refresh. You can see it. The image is now bigger. The image length and the width is now 500 by 500. So it's not 500. So it just depends on anyhow you want to do it. You can, you can make it small, you can make it big, by just editing this tag. I mean this attribute, this width and the height attributes. So that's just how it is. Now let's move to the next. We've talked about the image link, which is the source. This is the part that we are passing. It might be a relative part and it might be an attribute part. I mean an absolute part, just like this. So yeah. So I think we've even talked about everything about here. Talk about everything here. Adding image to the page, we've already done that. So before we move to this HTML list, I believe you all understand HTML image tag. So if you understand, please signify, let me know. Matthew, I believe you understand the image tag, right? And also, Mustafa. Okay, good. Okay, good, good. Well, so, let's proceed. Let's proceed. So, and our next topic will be HTML list tag. For those of you that did your assignment, I believe you will have used this on other list tag and also the list tag, I believe. Yeah. Now, what is list tag? What if in this our website we want to name we want to have list of our friends name, and how can we be able to do that? There's a special tag for that, which is what we know as list tag. Let me just write an H for right, list tag. So what is list tag? This is a list tag. Your lesser than sign followed by LI in small letter, then greater than sign. Immediately Visual Studio Code will complete the closing tag for you. This is a container tag because it has a closing tag, and in between you can put anything there. So this is list tag. And let's say we want to list names of our friend. This is our friend name. This is number one. Then we write another list tag and said praise. We have praise 3. Another list tag. We have with Kaman, and also we have another list. We have Matthew Son. You understand? We have 4 list tag. It is just we use list tag to list, as the name goes, list to list things that are related to other. So if I save it now and I refresh, we have our list. You understand? We have our list. So, but if you are list, okay, who's joining the class? Okay. This is our list. You can see it as it lists it. We can use p tag for this. I just write one p tag, but we should always use the right tag for anything that we want to do. So this is the list tag. What if we want to have another list like this? We just copy this and paste it. You understand? We save it and refresh. You see, they are together and we don't want them to be together. this friend is someone friend. We want this another list to be another person friend. We don't want them to be together. And how can we group it? That is where we can use a grouping list tag, which we know as UL. It means on order list, UL. So we can just wrap the first four list tag inside this UL by saying our desert sign followed by the word UL greater than sign. Visual Studio Code will complete it for us. We can copy this and paste it inside this tag. Let's indent it very well. Can you see it? So this all this four list tag now, they are now under this UL. This UL is now their parent. These are the children. They are now the children. They are children. So and the UL, they are under that UL. The UL is their parent. So if we save it now and we refresh, you can see it. See what really happened. We have this bullet, this dot bullet sign. Can you see it? It means this list, they are related. You understand? They are in group, or you can say it that way. They are in group. We've grouped them by using this UL tag. You are getting me? We have grouped them by using this UL tag. You understand? The UL element represent a list of item where the order of the item is not important. That is, where changing the order would not materialize change the meaning of the document. So it means they are under the same parent. They are the same, they related to each other. You understand? So that is that. And if we use this UL, each of our li we have that bullet. You understand? We have that bullet tag. By default, it will be this bullet tag, but we can change it. We can change it using CSS, but we are not in that yet. So all the key, the take note I want you to take is that we can group our list tag. You understand? Now, let's take the next thing, which is another list. We have talked about that is the UL. Ordered list. Okay, I'm coming to that. Let's talk about nesting on order list. We can have that nesting on that means we can have another UL inside a UL. You understand? So let's say, for example, in this li, this list tag, we can have another UL. That means it will hold another list tag. I just say friend one. You can see that now that this has been nested. This is the parent. It have all this this li, but this particular li has another UL, and inside that UL we have this li. So it is a nested unordered list. And the scenario case that we can use, can you see it? This is a list. This is another list, but this particular list has another list inside it. Can you see how it actually did it? So the scenario case that we can make use of this is when we are having navigation list. Let me show you an example. See this navigation the navigation bar. Now the navigation bar, we have extension, we have theme. This is inside, this three thing is inside a UL, and this is one inside that UL. We have this li tag, and then an li tag. So see this li tag, this more, it has another list under it. So that is the a scenario case where we can nested another list inside another unordered list. You understand? So let's say we have let's say we are creating a blog system, and we have home, we have coming, let me do so I can understand. We have home, and we have music, and we have video. So let's say inside this our music, we are going to have different type of music. We have Nigeria music. We are going to have South African music. You understand? So that is just the scenario where we can be able to nested list tag. So this video now we can also have music video, we can have comedy, comedy category. So that's the scenario, the use case of nested another list, nesting another list. You understand? So that's that. We have the UL, we have the list, but the list has another list. That is just it. So we are going to be using this when we are building our first project. You understand? Now let's go to the okay. Before we move to the next topic, please, if you understand this uh list tag and also nesting another list, please signify. Let me know. Louis, Matthew, did you actually understand? Okay, okay, okay. So let's move to the next topic. And yeah, now we have on order list, and also we have ordered list. We said this on ordered list, the list under it doesn't matter how we list it. You understand? But this ordered list matter. And how can we write it? You can write it by saying instead of this on ordered list, we are going to write it as OL, 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 OL. You understand? So let's save it and let's go back to what do you see? Can you see that? Can you see that we have number instead of this bullet is now showing us number? It means it is in order. It is in order. They are in order. All the list under this OL tag are in order. Check this out. This is number 1 tag. This is number 2 tag. This is number 3 tag. This is number 4 tag. So they are in order. That's the difference between unordered. When we have on, that means they are not in order. They can be anywhere because they will be represented with bullet. But ordered list would be in order. Let me do it this way so that we can have it. We have the OL, but let's have the UL also. The UL. Okay, good. So that we can know the ordered list and unordered list. Yeah, this is the order. You can see that it is made with bulletin. It is represented with bulletin, but ordered list was represented with number so that we can know that they are in order. You are getting me? So that is that. So let's make sure that this also, the list under this list are also unordered list. I mean, they are also ordered list. So instead of representing this with UL, just said OL. And if we refresh it, you will see it now that it will be in ordered list. You can see it. The friend 1, this is number 1. Number 2, friend 2. You understand? So that's the difference between ordered list and unordered list. We can also do a nesting ordered list, which we've already done. This is it. Inside this OL, we have another OL inside the LI. I believe you understand. So we've actually nested this OL inside this OL. You understand? So that's that about ordered list and unordered list. Now, the type attributes. the type attribute inside our list tag. What is the type attribute? It is attribute, it's not a tag. You understand? It is an attribute. It is not a tag. And I believe you guys understand difference between tag and attribute. So now let's use the type tag. And where are we going to use the type tag? We're going to use the type tag in either unordered list or the ordered list. You understand? This is an example. Let's go back to your Visual Studio Code, and this our OL tag. Instead of listing it with 1, 2, 3, we want to list it with A, B, C, D, and so on and so forth. And how can we do that? We need to add our type tag. We can say type, and the type will be A. We have different, let me type it again so that we can see different option. We have the one which is, it will list it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. The ABC, which is the capital letter, it will list it with capital letter. List with the small letter. We'll list it with Roman figure in capital letter, and also list it with, it can also list it with Roman figure in small letter. So let us practicalize each one by one. By default, if you use ordered list, it will list it in numeric way, which is like this. We have number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. You are getting my point. So now let's change it to capital letter, and let's save it and refresh. What happened? You can see it, instead of listing them with number, it is now using alphabet in capital letter. We have A, B, C. This is just beautiful. This is just magic. I understand. So, and I want you to understand it very, very well, because I might be a customer, and I might give you a project that, okay, instead of letting my let's say I have a school, I'm a principal, I have a school, and I want to set, normally we set an exam inside paper. What I want to use an advanced way, I want those students to do the exam online. And I said, okay, help me set question and answer. You understand? And they can be able to choose, things like that. Let's say, for example, let's do that. Let's even do that. Let's do that. So let's do that. I want that. Let's delete it. So let's say this is the, let's put it inside a div tag, and let's write a p tag and say, what color is Nigeria flag? And then we can have an ordered list, OL, followed by our list tag. We have A, 2, which is 2 color. Option B, 4 color. Option C, 3 color. Option D, 1 color. It depends on how many options. So let's refresh it. I told you that by default, let's make it more cool by adding colors to it. Color should be colors. The one will be color. Yeah. So yeah, it make more sense now. Yeah. So our number one question is, what color is Nigerian flag? Number 1, 2 color, and so on and so forth. I told you that by default, the type attribute that will be used by default is the numeric one if you use ordered list. But if it is an unordered list, it will use the bulletin tag. I mean the bulletin fashion. I'm coming. Yeah, UL. So if I use an ordered list, it will do it in a bulletin, it will list them in bulletin way. You understand? I can change it. So I will just go to the opening tag of that unordered list and send and type. But I don't think it worked for an ordered. Let me see if it worked for it. Okay, well, it worked for it. So now I've changed it to capital letter. So what color is Nigerian flag? Option A, two color. Option B, if I want to use small letter, I will just, instead of writing this A in capital letter, I will just write it in small letter. And I will have my small letter. You can see it, A, B, C, D, and so on and so forth. If I want to use Roman figure, I will just type I in capital letter. That is, I stand for one, I stand for two, and so on. You can see it, I stand for one, I stand for two. It just depends on how you want to do it. If I want to let it be in small letter Roman figure instead of capital letter, I will just change the I to small letter and refresh it. We have it small letter, I stand for one. That is just the type attribute. That's just the type attribute in HTML list. Now let's move. I believe, because before we move to the start attributes, I believe you all understand this type attribute. If you understand, please signify. Let me know. Please, if you understand, signify, raise up your hand, please, so that I will know. Okay, okay, okay. Good. Now, let's talk about the start attribute. This is an attribute also. It is not a tag. What is start attributes in HTML list? A start attribute specify the start value of the first list item in an ordered list. Hear me again. The start attribute specify the start value, the beginning start value of the first list in an ordered list. You understand? So let's take for example, let's go back to our coming. So let's go back to our our Visual Studio Code. Now let's say for example that, where are we? Okay, we are listing it in Roman figure. Let's say for example that we want to start it with, we want it to start at V, that is number 5. We want to start with 5, that is V stand for 5. It will start V stand for 5, VI stand for 0, and so on and so forth. So all what we just need to do, in fact, let's start with the number first so that we can understand. 1. Okay, let's refresh. Yeah, this is in number. Good. We want it in number. So now let's say we want to start with it 5. Instead of starting with number 1, we want to start with number 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That is attribute. That is the start attribute. It specifies the starting point of the number, of the type. So after this type attribute, we just type start, followed by our equal to and the quote sign, and we've said we want to start with number 5. Now watch and see what happen. If I refresh it now, okay, this actually work with ordered lists. I'm sorry, it work with OL. It doesn't work with UL. This start attribute work with OL. So I'll just change to OL. It work with ordered list because they are in order. So I've saved it and I've refreshed. Let's see what happened. It starts with number 5, number 6, 7, 8, 9, and so on and so forth. let's say for example that the type the type is capital letter. So and I want to start with I want it to start with E. So this will be E, F, G, H, and so on and so forth. Let me refresh. Oh, I'm coming. This is, I think it is only, why is it not working? I'm coming. Oh, I think it is only number that works. I'm coming. Let me check where I made mistake here. Okay, it only work with uh number, which is number, and also Roman figure. You understand? So let's use Roman figure I, then want it to start with I, which is number 3. I just said I start with number 3. To start counting from 3, that is I. 3 I in Roman figure. If I refresh, it start counting with I. Instead of starting with I, stand for 1, it start from 3 as I've specified it in the start attribute. I start from 3, IV stand for, that is how it only work with numbers. So if I want it to be in small Roman figure, IV. That is that about the start tag. It's just specify the starting points, and it only work with numbers. It doesn't work with alphabets. Yeah. So we move to definition list. But before we move to definition list, is there any question? If you understand it very well, raise up your hand, please. If you understand, raise up your hand. Raise up your hand, please. Okay. Okay. Brilliant. Okay. Brilliant. Okay. Brilliant. Brilliant. Good. Now, what is definition lists? The definition list, the definition list define the definition list tag. This is a tag. This definition list is a tag. A definition list tag, it define a list tag. Understand me again. We use it to define a list, a description list. You are getting me? So now, and how do we do it? I'm coming. Let me open this very well. Okay. So we use it to define list, as the name goes, definition list. Instead of we writing having this, the li, which is just to list um different lists that are in the same category, or as not in the same category, using the unordered list. This one now, we can use this definition list to actually define what each list stand for and their definition. Don't get yourself confused. I will explain it very well for you, but I just want you to understand it first before we start writing the code. Instead of we having this, just list, we can have another thing under it that stand as the definition. You understand? Now, let me practicalize it for you. Let's have another div tag, and inside the div tag, we have to write the definition list. We use this DL, the DL keyword. We break it down, and we have the DT. Don't worry, I will explain this DT. Let me just say piece of odd main. Okay. Then under it, we have this tag DD. Don't worry, don't worry, a large, don't worry, a large feline. Let me say a large feline, a large feline inhabiting Bodmin Moor. Let me have this in. I'm coming. Okay. Now let me save this. I will explain all this syntax. This DL syntax, the DT syntax, and this DD syntax. Let me just put an H4 showing definition list tag. So let me save it and refresh this page. What did we see? Can you see what really happened? This is definition list tag. Like I said, instead of we having just a list, we can actually define what that list stands for. Or, you understand? So let's now replicate it with this column. In each option, we want to have two color, which we can specify things like red, green, four color, red, green, blue, indigo, for them to actually know which type the correct question they are going to pick. You understand? We normally have, if they ask us which how many colors is Nigerian flag, some of us said two, which is green, white. Some of us said three, which is green, white, green. So we can actually have that option: green, white, green, green and white, green and blue here by using this definition list. As the name goes, it defines the list. So let's change it now. Instead of just having list, we can put it in DD. It's just like when we put things in OL or UL. You understand? So, like, okay, good. Like this syntax goes, said the DL element represent an association list. An associating list consisting of 0 or more name value group, which is the DL, the description list. And also a name value group consists of one or more names, which is the DT, followed by one or more value, which is the DD. So the DL means definition list, which we already know. The DT means definition title. You understand? Definition title. And the DD means definition, the definition, the description definition, or the definition description. Anyhow you want it. So now we said how many. Let me now replicate it here. What color is Nigeria flag? What's this? Okay. Let me replicate it here very well. So first option, we put it in our DD, right? Then we have two colors, and let us define that two color, which is green, white. Then we drop it down. We have another definition title. It is inside this DL. So it means all the DT and the DD that we put in here, they are associating. They are related to each other. Just like when you put a list tag inside OL or UL, they are relative. So understand that. So I want to have another DT, which is definition title. I will say that's another option. I will say four colors. And the definition description will be green, red, yellow, and white. Let's have another one. Let me just copy and paste it one time. We have one color. That's another option, which is green. So can you see how it is? Now let's save it and refresh. So what do we see? You can see what color is Nigerian flag? First option, we have two color, which is green and white. Can you see how it is? Second option, four color, which is green, red, yellow, white. Third option, which is one color, which is, that's just about definition tag. It's define, it's explain more about the definition, the list. You understand? We can even put it inside the list. I'm not sure this will work, but let's try it. It actually work. It actually work. So that's just it about this definition list. So remember, every definition name and title, every definition title and description that you are going to have, they must be inside the DL, because the DL is the parent. They must be inside that DL. Then you can define different type of definition title, and each definition title we have the description. Each definition title we can even put a line in each of the definition. If you want to put an horizontal line, we use we use an empty tag called HR. If you refresh it now, in each of it we have this line, this straight this horizontal line. You understand? So that is that about uh this definition list. You understand? So now let's move to the next topic. We don't even have any next topic. Creating list. We have created lists. Created lists with ordered list and ordered list. We don't even have anything to do here again. So I think what was the time? Yeah, 9:25. We can close it for today. We can close it for today. But before we go, let me open the session for another class, because I'm even on a on a flat battery. Yeah. So I believe you all understand this today's topic. Please, if there's any question, please do raise up your hand and ask your question, so that we can understand each other. Please. Okay. Okay, I think there is no question. Matthew, Nelson, I believe you all understand everything. Luis, I believe you all understand this today's topic. If you understand everything, please. Okay. Nelson, what do you say? I can't hear you. I can't hear you, Nelson.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I understand.
Okay, okay. That's good. Matthew, are you here? Are you here with us? Matthew, are you here with us? Okay, good. Okay, good. So yeah. So let me quickly give you an assignment. Yeah. Let me give you an assignment. So the assignment I'm going to give you, since you all understand this HTML list, you understand, I want you to go and make research on our next topic, which is HTML table. I know everyone that is present up to this time, Luis, Nelson, Matthew. Go and make research on HTML. The topic in section 6, which is creating a table, adding a caption to a table, T head, T body, T foot, merging a cell together, creating tables, still the same thing. You understand? I made mistake in creating this this thing. So I want you to go and make research on our next class, which is the section 6. So before we start, our next class will be uh it will be Thursday. So before we start our next class on that Thursday, each one of you will need to define what is HTML table, and I want you to the assignment is make research and also build some HTML table. You understand? Build some HTML table. So we are going to have a project on this after Thursday class. So the assignment is go and make research on section 6 and also build a little project with it on your own. I'm going to submit it on Thursday. So that is the assignment for you. I will also drop the assignment on the general channel on the Discord server. So if there's anything, please let me know before I close this. And also all those videos starting from our section 2, all the video are in my YouTube channel. I've created a YouTube channel for uploading those videos, so you can watch it there. So if there's anything, please let me know before we stop this class tonight. We are stopping the class by 9:30. If there's anything, if there's any question, any additional thing, okay, okay. I believe we have nothing else to say. So we call it a goodbye till Thursday. By 8 o'clock Thursday, we call it a good night. Please do your assignments. Please always try to do your assignment. Always make research. Even after we finish a topic, go back to that topic. Try to make things on your own. Try to make things that I didn't even explain on that particular topic. And also, our next topic, also try to make research on the next topic. I've already given you I've already dropped the syllabus inside the Discord HTML server. I mean, the HTML channel. Always try to make research on our next topic and also the previous topic that we've discussed about. So that will boost you and prepare your mind ahead of the next class. So that is all for today. And I will say good night till we meet on Thursday. Thank you.